Okay, well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get the auction started. I want to welcome everyone here today, and glad you're here with us today, and hope you enjoy your time with us throughout this day. And we want to welcome, want to give everybody a very Merry Christmas coming up here this week, and hope everyone has a great Christmas. And we'll be back here next Tuesday, same time. We'll run right through the holidays, so just keep that in mind. So, once again, thanks for coming out, and I think as soon as they bring the calf in, we'll be ready to get started. Yeah, 71-13, 71-73, 71-73, bull calf, 71-73 on the bull calf here. About 10, but about 1,000. We get down, but about $10 now quarter, but about 10 to go, but get 10 a quarter half, what about 10.50? 10.50, now 75, 10, 75, 11, 11 now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11, 25, 50, 11, 50, we get 50, we get 50, 30, 30, we get 30, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, 50, but about 50, we get 50, we get 50, 11, 40, but about 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, sold at every 11, 40, 10, 31. 71-88, bull calf, 71-88 on the bull calf here. Right there, here we get anybody about 5, here but about 500. Hit 5 here, but about 5, here but about 5, here but about 5, here but about 5, here we get 5, 3, 3, 3, but about 3 quarter, at $300 now quarter, but about 3 and a quarter half, here but about 350, somebody about 4, 4 now quarter now half, somebody 5, here but about 5, here but about 5, 5 and a quarter, at 5 and a quarter half, somebody 5 now 6 now quarter half, here but about 650, and now somebody about 6, somebody about now 7 up here, somebody now quarter, but about 7, here we get 7 and a quarter, at 7, 7 and a quarter, but get 7 and a quarter, $7 now quarter, but get 7 and a quarter, 7, 7 and a quarter, but get 7 and a quarter, 725, sold at over 740, 550. $71.84, you said bull calf. Here we go on the bull calf. Right there. Here we go on this one. Right there. But about 3. But about 5. Here. But about 5. Here we get 5 quarter. But about 5. Here. But about 5 and a quarter. 5 here. But about 5 and a quarter. If $500 now quarter. But about 5 and a quarter. 5 here. But about 5 and a quarter. If 5 here. But about 5 here. We get 5 and a quarter. 5 and a quarter. We get 5 and a quarter. Half here. But about 550. 75 now 6. Here. We get 60. We get 6 and now quarter. And now half here. But about 6 and a half. 75 here. We get 6. 75. That's 6 and a half here. But about 6. 75 now 7. 7. We get 7 now quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. Half here. But about 7 and 75 here. We get 7. 75. That's 7 and a half. What about 775? Here we get 775, 775. So there's 7.5. Put on 40 on 2, 40 on 2. 71-17, 71-77. I'm sorry, 71-77. Bull calf, but about 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000. We get 900. At 9 here, but about 90. We get 9. We get $900. We get 9. Here, we get 9. 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 8. At 8, Henry, we get 8. Now quarter. We get 8 here. We get 8 and a quarter. Half. We get 50. 75. 8. 75. Now 9. We get 9. Now quarter. Half. You want about 950. 75. At now 1,000. Now quarter. But about 10. We get 10 and a quarter. 10. Here, but about 10 and a quarter. You want 10. We get 10 and a quarter. 10. 10 and a quarter. But about 10. We get 10 and a quarter. We get 10 and a quarter. Sold at over 1,000. But I'm on 61.81 on 2. 71-74, bull calf, 71-74 on the bull calf here. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about $1,000 now quarter. But about 10, everybody get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter half. What about 10, 50, 75? At 10, 75 here, but down 11. Everybody get $1,100 now quarter. 11, everybody get 11 a quarter, everybody get 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter half. What about 50, 11.50, 11.50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50. Sold at over 11.25, 10, 31. 71, 20, 71. 72, 71, 72, bull calf. And right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. And 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9. Do you, but about 9? Do you say 9 here, but about 9, 8. Everybody get 800. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. 7. 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Quarter, but about 5. Here, but about 5 and a quarter half. Hit 550. 75. 5. Somebody about 6. Everybody get 60 here and a quarter. But about quarter half. Hit 6 and a half. 75. Here, but about 675. 675. 675. That's 675. Now 7. So everybody gets 7. Everybody gets 7 now quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter half. What about 75? And now wait, what do you give me? $100 now quarter, 8 and a quarter half. What about 850? 75. What do you give me? 75. 9 now quarter, 9 and a quarter half. What about 50? And now 75. 9 75 here. What do you get 1,000? And now quarter, what about 10 and a quarter now half. What about 10 50? 75. 10 75 here now 11. 1100. Everybody 11 10 75 here. Everybody 11 10 75 here. Everybody 11 10 75 here. Everybody 11 sold at over 10 75. 10 31. 71, bull calf, here, but about 1,000, we get down about 1,000, quarter, and now half, here, but about 1050, 75 here now, 1150, 1100 now, quarter, 11 quarter, but about 25, 11, 25, 50, 1150, 30, 40, but about 40, we get 40, 50, 1150, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 60, 11, 60, now 70, 11, 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 11, 70, sold it over 11, 60, 61, 81, on 2. 71, 68, bull calf, 71, 68 on the bull calf here. Right here, but on 8, but 8, but 800, but 8, at 8 here, but 8, but 800, but 8, but 8, but 8, 700, but 7, but 7, but 7, but 7 on now quarter. That's 7, we're on 7 and a quarter, but 7, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, half, but on 7 and a half, 7 and a half, but 7 and a half, and now 75 here, but on 7, 75, 7, 75 here, but 7, 75, 7 and a half here, but 7, 75 here, but 7, 75, sold it over 7 and a half, 40 on 2. Yeah, 71, 76, bull calf. 71, 76 on the bull calf. Right there, but about 4. But you get 4, but you get 4, but you get 4, but you get 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 3. 3, but I'm on 3. But you get 3, but you get 3, 2, 2 and a quarter. 2, but I'm on 2 and a quarter. 2, 2 and a quarter, but I'm on 2 and a quarter, half. And what about 250? Somebody about 2, somebody about 3, 3, 3 quarter. 3 and a quarter, half. And what about 350? Somebody about here and a 4. But you get 4 and a quarter. But you get 4 and a quarter now, half. Somebody about here, but I'm on 4. Somebody about 5 here, but I'm on 5, 5 quarter. 5 and a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 550. Somebody 5, 5. Somebody about here, but you get 5. Somebody 5. 5, somebody about 6. Here, but you get 6, but you get 6, but you get 6. 5, somebody 5, people on 6, 5, somebody 5, people on 6, everybody gets 6, 5, somebody 5, people on 6, sold it over 575, 17, 68, 71, 75. 71, 75, bull calf. Here, what about 9? Here, we get 9, what about 9? 9, here, we get 9, we get 9, we get $900 now, quarter. And then we get 9 a quarter, we get 9 a quarter, 9 a quarter, half. What about 50, somebody 5? Here, we get 9, somebody 5. Here, we get $10 now, quarter. What about 10 a quarter, half? What about 10, 50, somebody 5? Here, we get 10, somebody 5, 11. $1,100, we get 11, 11 here now, quarter, 11 a quarter now, half. What about 50, 1150, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, 30, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, 40, we get 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 40, sold it over 11, 30, 10, 31. 71, 67, bull calf. 71, 67 on the bull calf here. At about 1,000. About $1,000 now, quarter. But about 10, we get 10, we get 10, quarter. But about 10, 25, 10, 25. 10, 25. People about 25. People about 10, 25, 10, 25, 50. 10, 50. But about 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 10, 50, 10, 50, 10, 50. 10, 25. People about 50, we get 50, we get 50. Somebody 5. People about 10, 75, 10, 75. 10, somebody 5. People about 10, somebody 5, 10, somebody 5, 60, 70. Somebody get somebody now 80. We get 10, 80. But about 80. 10, 80, sold up over 1070. Put them on 61, 81 on 2. 71, 83, bull calf. 71, 83 on the bull calf. We're taking about 1,000. Everybody get down about $10. Everybody get $10 now, quarter. About 10 a quarter, half. About 10, 50. Somebody 5 here now. 11, $1,100 now, quarter. 11 quarter. About 25, 50. 1150. Everybody get 50. 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 1150. Sold it over 1125. 10, 31. 71, 82, bull calf. 71, 82 on the bull calf. Here, about 9. Everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get $900 now, quarter. And 90, about 9 a quarter. 90, everybody get 9 a quarter, everybody get 9 a quarter. 925, and 925. Here, about 25. Here, about 925, 50. Everybody get 50. Somebody 5, 9, somebody 5. Here, everybody got $10. About 10 a quarter. And 10 a quarter, half. Here, about 10, 50. Somebody 5. Here, about 10, 75. Now 11, $1,100 now, quarter. 11 a quarter, but about 11 a quarter. Dumb 10, 20, 20, 20. Everybody get 20. 11, 20, 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. 11, 20. Sold it over 11, 10, 10. 31. 71, 79, bull calf. 71, 79 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 60. Everybody get 60. Everybody get 5. Hit 5 here, but about 5. Here, but about 500. Everybody get 5. Here, but about 5. 3, 3, 3, but about 3. 300 now, quarter. Everybody get 3, 3 and a quarter now, half. What about 350? Somebody 5 here, now 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4 now, quarter now, half. What about 450? Somebody 5, 5. Hit 500 now, quarter, half. What about 550? Hit 550. Everybody get 50 now. Somebody 5 now, 6. Everybody get 6 here and a quarter. 6 and a quarter, half. What about 6 and a half? Somebody 5. And now 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 7 now, quarter, half. What about 7 and a half? Hit 7 and a half. What about 7 and a half? 7 and 75. Everybody get 7. 75. 7, 75. Everybody get 7. 75. Hit 7 and a half. What about 7? 75. Everybody get 7. 75. Sold it over 7 and a half. 45, 50. Yeah, 71, 78. 71, 78, bull calf.
88, but about 8, but give 8, 10, but give 8, but give 8, but give 8, but give 8, 7, 7, but give 7, but give 7, but give 700, but about 7, 7, but give 7, but give 5 here, but about 5. Hit 5 now, quarter, but about 5 here, but about 5 and a quarter, half, 5 and a half, somebody 5 down, 6 now, quarter and a half here, but about 6 and a half, somebody 5 now, 7, and out quarter, but about 7 and a quarter, but give 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, but give 7 and a quarter, you want in, 7 and a quarter, half, that's 7 and a half, 7 and a half now, 75 here, but about 7, 75, that's 7, 75 here, but give 7, 75, 7, 75, 8, but give 8, but give 8, that's 7, 75 here, but about 8, but give 8, but give 8, you want in here, but about 8 now, quarter, at 8 and a quarter, half here, but about 8, 50, 75 here, but give 8, 75, 90, but give 9, but give 9, but give 9 now, quarter, and 9 and a quarter, but give 9 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter, half here, but about 950, and 950, but give 50, but give 50, but give 950, but give 950, but give 950, 950, sold at over 925, 10, 31. 7170, 7170, bull calf. I'm going to take about 8, but give 8, but give 800, but give 8, but give 8, but give 8, but give 8, but give 8 here now, quarter, at 8 here, but about 8 and a quarter, but give 8 here, but give 8 and a quarter, but give 8 and a quarter, 825, here, but about 25, here, but about 825, you want in, but give 825, 50, but about 50, and now 75 here, but about 8, somebody about 9, but give 9, but give 9 now, quarter, 9 and a quarter, but give 9 and a quarter, half, but about 50, somebody about here now, 1,000, I found about 1,000, but give 1,000, but give 10, but about 1,000, but give 1,000, now quarter, 10, 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, but give 10, 10 and a quarter, but give 10 and a quarter, 10, 10 and a quarter, but about 10, but give 10 and a quarter, sold up over 1,000. Put them on 61, 81 on 2. Yeah, 71, 85. Yeah, 71, 85. Bull calf. Here we go. Right here, put them on 8. But give 800. But give 8. But give 8. But give 8. But give 8. 6. Here, put them on 6. Here, but give 60. But give 60. But give 6. That's 6 here and a quarter. Now half. Here, put them on 6 and a half. Here, but give 6 and a half. 75 down. 7, 7. But give 7. But give 7. 7. But give 7. 7 now quarter. And now half. Here, put them on 7 9. 75. Here, but give 75. 8. But give 800 now quarter. Now half. Here, put them on 50. 75 here. Now 9. But give 9. But give 9 now quarter. And 9 and a quarter half. Here, put them on 9. 50. 75 here. But give 9. 75. 9. 75 here. But give 9. 75. And 9. 50. But give 9. 75. Sold it over 950. 61, 81 on 2. 7109. Bull calf, 7109 on the bull calf here. Right here, put them on 5. Here, put them on 5. Here, put them on 5. Here, but get 5. Here, put them on 5. Here, put them on 5. 3, 3, put them on 3. But get 3, but get 3, but get 3. Now quarter. At 3, 3 and a quarter. Put them on 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter half. Here, put them on 350. And now somebody 5. Here, put them on 3. Somebody 5. 4. But get 4. But get 4. Now quarter. Now half. Here, put them on 450. Somebody 5. Now 5. Here, put them on 5. Here, 5. Put them on 5. Quarter half. Here, put them on 550. Somebody 5. Here, put them on 5. Somebody on 6. That's 6. Here, put them on 6 and now quarter. 6 and a quarter. Now half. Here, put them on 6 and a half. Here, put them on 6 and a half. That's 6 and a half. Here, put them on 6 and a half. Here, but get 6 and a half. 6 and a half. Here, but get 6 and a half. Here, but get 6 and a half. Sold at every 6 and a quarter. 45.50. 7111, 7111, bull calf here. I think about 800. Here, but give 8, 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 6. That's 6. Here, about 6. Here, but give 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 5. At 5, 3, 3 and a quarter. 3, but about 3 and a quarter. But give 3 and a quarter. At 3, 3 and a quarter. But about 3 and a quarter. Now half. Here, but about 350. Somebody 5. Here, but about 3. Somebody 5. 4. But give 4. But give 4 now. Quarter. But give 4 and a quarter. Now half. Here, but about 4 9. Somebody 5. And now 5, 5 now quarter. 5 and a quarter. Half. Here, but about 5 and now. Somebody 5 now 6. Now quarter. That's 6 and a quarter now, half. Here, what about 6 and a half? Here, what about 6 and a half? Here, what about 6 and a half? That's 6 and a half. Here, what about 6 and a half? 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 6 and a half now, 75. Here, what about 675? That's 675. Here, what about 675 now, 7. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 now, quarter. That's 7, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter. 7, 7 and a quarter, get him on a payroll. 7, 7 and a quarter. That's 7, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter. 7, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, half. Here, what about 7 and a half? And now 75. Here, what about 775? That's 775. Here, what about 775? 775. Here, what about 775? 775. Here, we get 775. Sold it over 7.5. 2087. 7106. Bull calf. 7106 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Quarter, but about 10. Everybody get 10 and a quarter, half. What about 10, 50? Somebody 5 now 11. And now quarter, 11 and a quarter, half. Here, what about 50? 11, 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, 11, 25. Here, what about 50? Sold it over 11, 25. 40 on 1. 7136 bull calf. 7136 on the bull calf here, right here. But about 11, but 1100, but 11, but 1,000. Up there, but about 1,000 now, quarter and a half. What about 10, 50, somebody 5 here now, 11, 11 and now quarter, 11 and a quarter, half. Here, what about 50, somebody 5, 11, 75, 11, 50, but down, somebody 5 here, what about 11, 75, 11, 75 here, what about 11, 75, sold it over 11, 50, 10, 31. 7136 7110, bull calf, 7110 on the bull calf. Right there, but about 5. Here we get 5. Here we get 5. Here we get 500. Here we get 5. Here we get 5. Here we get 5. Here we get 5. 4. We get 4. We get 4. 3. 3 and a quarter. 3. But about 3 and a quarter. 3. But about 3 and a quarter. We get 3 and a quarter. 3. 3 and a quarter. But about 3 and a quarter. We get 3. But about 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter half. Here what about 350? 350. Somebody 5. Here what about 3? Somebody 5. 4. We get 4. We get 400 now. Quarter now half. Here what about 450? 450. We get 450. 450. Somebody 5. 4. Somebody 5. Here what about 5. Here we get 5 now quarter. Now half. Here what about 550? Somebody 5. 5. Somebody about 6. Here we get 6 here and a quarter. 6 and a quarter half. 6 and a half. Here what about 6 and a half? Somebody 5. Here we get 6. Somebody 5. Here what about 6? Somebody 5. 6 and a half. Here we get 6. Somebody 5. Here we get 6. Somebody 5. 6 somebody 5. Here we get 6. Somebody 5. Sold at over 6 and a half. 45.50. Yeah, somebody won 35 heifer. Yeah, somebody won 35 on a heifer here. That ain't about 1,000. Everybody get about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. 9 here about 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody about 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. 6. Here about 6. Everybody get 5. Here about 5. 8. 5. Here about 5. 5. Now quarter. Now half. Here about 550. Somebody 5. 5. Somebody 5. Internet round. Here about 5. Somebody 5. 5. Somebody about 6 here. Now quarter. 6 and a quarter half. Here about 650. Somebody 5. Now 7. Now quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter half. Here about 750. 750. Everybody get 50. Somebody 5 here. Now 8. Everybody get 800 now. Quarter 8 quarter 825 825 at 825 here we're down 50 but I'm on 50 850 now somebody 5 here we get 8 somebody 5 900 and now quarter 9 and a quarter half here what about 950 somebody 5 here we get 9 somebody 5 9 somebody 5 here we get 1,000 9 somebody 5 here what about 1,000 9 somebody 5 here we get 1,000 what about 1,000 everybody get 1,000 9 somebody 5 here what about 1,000 sold at number 975 20 87 2087 yeah 71 34 heifer, 71.34 on the heifer. At the about 12, you would have been 12, you would get 12, 11, 1100, we get 11, we get 1100 now, quarter half, you would have been 1150, 75, now 12, you would have been 12, quarter half, at 1250, 75, 12, 75, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 12, 75, you would have been 13, 12, 75, you would have been 13, 13, 13, sold at over 12, 75, 61, 81, 71, 32, bull calf, 71, 32 on the bull calf. Right there, but about 1,000. Anybody get down, but about 1,000. You say 1,000 here, quarter, but about quarter half. Here, but about 10, 50, somebody 5. At 10, somebody 5. Here, we get 11, $1,100 now, quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11, 25, 15. But about 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, 30, 40, 40, 40. 11, 30 down, 40. But about 40, we get 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 40. Sold at 11, 30, 10, 31. Yeah, 71, 18. Bull calf, 71, 18 on the bull calf. Yeah, here we go. Right there on this one here. Right there. Here we go. Right there on this one. Right there, about 900. Everybody get 9, 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 8, everybody get 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 8, 7, 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 700, about 7, 7 now quarter. 7, 7 a quarter, about 7 a quarter half. Here, about 750, 75, 7, 75, 7, 75, everybody get 7, 75, 7, 75, 7, 75, 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, now quarter, now half. Here, about 850, 75, 8, 75, 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get $900 now quarter, now half. Here, about 950, 75, now 1,000. We get 10, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000 now quarter. 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter half. Here, what about 10.50? 10.50. We get 50. We get 10.50. 10.50. 10.50. 30. 40. 10.40. We get 40. We get 40. We get 40. We get 40. Sold at over 10. 30. 10. 31. 71, 31, 71, 31, bull calf, here, but I take about 1,000, everybody get down about 1,000, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 900, and now quarter, 90, everybody get 9 quarter, everybody about 925, and 925, 50, what about 50, somebody about, everybody get 9, somebody about, everybody get $10, now quarter, but about 10 a quarter, and now half, what about 10, 50, somebody about, everybody get 10, 75, and now 11, 1100, everybody get 11, 10, somebody about, everybody get 11, 10, somebody 11, and now quarter, 11 a quarter, but about 11, 25, 10, but about 11, 25, 10, 20, 11, 20, 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, 11, 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, sold at over 11, 10, 10, 31. Yeah, 71, 29, bull calf, 71, 29 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right there, about 1,000. Everybody get down, about 1,000 now. Quarter, about 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, about 10, 25. Yeah, about 10, 25. 10, 25. Yeah, about 10, 25. 50. 10, 50, about 50. Somebody 5. Yeah, about 10. Somebody 5. Yeah, about 10. Somebody 5. 1100. Now quarter, 11, 25. Yeah, about 25. Now 50. About 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. 11, 25. About 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Sold at over 11, 25. 10, 31. 7108 bull calf. 7108 on the bull calf here. Right there, but about 8. But you can 8 here, but about 8. But you can 8. But you can 8 here. But you can 8. You say 8 here. But about 8. But you can 8 here. But you can 8. At 800. But about 8. But you can 8. But you can 8. But you can 8 here. But about 8. 7. But you can 7. 7 and a quarter. That's 7. 7 and a quarter. But about 7 and a quarter. But you can 7. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. But about 7 and a quarter. And now happy. What about 750? 75. Now 8. But you can 800. Now quarter. 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. Half. And what about 50? And now 75. 8. 75. 75 here. But you can 8. 75. 75 here. Now 9. But you can 9. Now quarter. And 90. But you can 9 and a quarter. Got to be 9 and a quarter. 90. But you can 9. But you can 9 quarter 925 50 950 75 here we get 975 975 here we get 975 975 here we get 1000 about 1000 975 here what about 1000 we get 1000 975 here we get 1000 sold at number 975 10 31 7107 7107 bull calf, 7107 on the bull calf here. At the about 1,000, you get down about 1,000, you get 1,000. About quarter, but about 10, we get 10 a quarter, but about 10, we get 10 a quarter, but get 10, 25. You about 10, 25, 50, 75, 10, 75, 11, 11, you get 11, you get 1,100 a quarter, half. You about 50, 75 here, but about 1175, 1150 now, 75, you about 1175, 75, 75, sold at over 1150, 10, 31. 71-19 bull calf, 71-19 on the bull calf here. At the about 9, here we get 9, about 9. At 9, here about 9 quarter, here we get 9, we get 9, quarter, we get 9 a quarter, 925, 925. At 925, here about 25, here about 925, 50, but about 50, 75 here, 1,000 quarter, but about quarter half, and what about 10, 50, 75. At 10, 75 here, but about 10, 75 here, but about 10, 75. At 10, 50, we get 75 here, but about 10, 75, 10, 75. Sold at number 10, 50, 10, 31. 71-30 bull calf, 71-30 on the bull calf here, right here. Here we go on this one here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000, 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000 now quarter, but about 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter, but about 10, 25. At 10, 25, 50, but about 50, 75 here, but about 10, 75. At 10, 75 here, but about 10, 75 here, but about 10, 60. Now 70, now 80. Everybody get 10, 80. Now 90. Everybody get 10, 90. At 10, 90, 10, 90. Now 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. 10, 90. Everybody get 11. You got to be 1,100. 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. 10, 90. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Sold up over 10, 90. Put them on 61, 81 on 2. 71-86 bull calf, 71-86 on the bull calf here, right there. Here we go. This one right there. What about 900? Everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, 7, 7, 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 5. Here, what about 5 here? What about 5 here? What about 5 on the internet? 5 now, quarter, an hour half. Here, what about 550? Internet out. Here, what about 550? Somebody 5, 5, somebody 5 now 6. Everybody gets a year and a quarter and a half. 6 and a half. Somebody 5 here. What about 6? Somebody 5 now 7, 7 and a quarter. Somebody quarter half. Here, what about 750? Somebody 5. An hour 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. 7, 7, 5. Here, what about 8? 7, 7, 5 here. What about 8? Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Sold at number 775, 40 on 3. 71-15 bull calf, 71-15 on the bull calf here. Right here. Here we go on this one. About 1,000. Everybody get down, about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. $1,000 now quarter, but about quarter half. What about 10, 50, 75 here now. 11 now quarter, 11 quarter now half. What about 50, 1150? Got it. What about 1150? 1150, 75, 1160, 60, 60. Everybody get 60. 1150. What about 60? Everybody get 60. Everybody get 60. Everybody get 60. Everybody get 60. Sold at number 1150, 10, 31. 71-80, 71-80 bull calf. Here we go, right there on this one. 71-80 on the bull calf. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Hit 5 here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but get 5. Here, but get 5. Here, but get 5. 4, but about 4. But get 4. But get 4. But get 4. Quarter half. Hit 4 and a half. 75. Here, but about 4. Somebody about 5. Here, but about 5. 5 now quarter. 5 and a quarter half. Hit 550. Somebody 5. Here, but about 5. 75. Hit 5. Somebody 5. Here, but about 5. Somebody about 6. Here, but get 6. Everybody get 6 now quarter. 6 and a quarter half. Here, but about 6 and a half. Somebody 5. 6. Somebody 5 now 7. And 7. 7 now quarter. 7 and a quarter. Everybody get 7 and a quarter half. Here, but about 7 and a half. And 7 and a half. Here, but about 7 and a half. 7 and a half. Here, but about 7 and a half. Everybody get 7 and a half. Everybody get 7 and a half. Everybody get 7 and a half. Sold it every 7 and a quarter. 17-68. 71-98 bull calf. 71-98 on the bull calf. Here, but about 1,000. $1,000. But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Here, but about 1,000 now quarter. But about 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter half. Here, but about 10. 50. Somebody 5. Here, but about 10. Somebody 5. 11. Now quarter. 11. 25. 25. 25. You say 11. 25. 50. 30. 30. What about 30? 30. Everybody get 30. Everybody get 30. Sold at every 11. 25. 10. 31. 70, 90. Heifer, 70, 90 on the heifer here. At about 3, but about 3, 3, but about 3. 3, 3, but about 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, 2, 2, 2, but about 2. 200, but about 2, quarter, but about 2, but you get 2 and a quarter, but about 2 and a quarter. 2, 2 and a quarter, but about 2 and a quarter. 2, but about 2, but you get 2 and a quarter, but you get 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter, but about 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter, but about 225. Now 15, but about 250. 250, but you get 50, somebody 5 here, but about 275. 275, down 3, 3, but about 3, 3, now quarter, 3 and a quarter, but about 3 and a quarter, internet, you're out. 3, 3 and a quarter, but about 3, but get 3 and a quarter, but about 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3, 3 and a quarter, internet, you're out. Here, but about 3 and a quarter, floors on. Here, but about 3, 3 and a quarter, 3, 3 and a quarter, but about 3, but get 3, but get 3 and a quarter, but about 3 and a quarter, sold at over 300, but on number 8694, 8694. At 71.51, bull calf. 71.51 on the bull calf. And right there, but about 3, 3, but about 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, but you get 3. 300, but about 3, but you get 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 3, 2, 2, but about 200, but you get 2. 2, 2, 2, but about 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, but you get 200, but about 1. 1 here, but about 1 here, but about 1, but about 1, but you give on, but about 1, but you give on, but about 1, 50. $50 now, 75, 75 here, but about 75, 75, $50 now, 75 here, but about 75. 50 up here, now 75, 75 here, but about 75 here, but you get 75, 50, but you get 75, sold at over 50. 90, 100, 70, 88. Heifer, 70, 88 on a heifer right here in this one. Here we go, right here and there, but about 5, here but about 5, here but about 5, here but about 5, here but you get 5, 3, 3, but about 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, but you get 200, here but about 2, and now quarter, but about 2, 2 and a quarter, but you get 2 and a quarter, 2, but about 2 and a quarter, half, and what about 250, somebody 5 here, now 3, 3, 3, now quarter, but about 3 and a quarter, half, and what about 350, somebody 5 here, and 4, but you get 4, but you get 4, now quarter, 4 and a quarter, half, here, what about 450, somebody 5, 4, somebody about 5, here, but about 5, 500, but about 5, here, but about 5, here, but you get 5, 4, somebody 5, here, but about 5, here, but about 5, here, but you get 5, hit 5, here, but about 5, 4, somebody 5, here, but about 5, here, but you get 5, here, but you get 5, here, but you get 5, sold at number 475, 2087, 2087. Yeah, somebody 103. 7103, bull calf, 7103 on the bull calf. Right there, here we go. Right there, but about 7, somebody get 7, somebody get 700, somebody get 7, somebody get 7, somebody get 7, and now quarter. That's 7, 7 a quarter, somebody get 7 a quarter, 7, 7, somebody get 7 a quarter, somebody get 7 a quarter, half. Here, what about 750, somebody 5, that's 7, 75, 8, but you get 8, now quarter, 8, quarter, half. And what about 50, somebody 5, here, but you get 8, 75, 9, but you get 9, but you get 9, but you get 9, but you get 9, 900 now quarter, 90, but you get 9, quarter, half. Here, what about 50, 75, 975, and 975, here, but you get 975, 950 here, now 75, here, but you get 975, sold at over 950, 1031, 70, 91. Yeah, on the heifer, 70, 91 on the heifer. Right there, but about 5, here, but about 5, here, but you get 5, 3, 3, but about 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, 2, 2, 2, but about 2, but you get 200, here, but you get 2, 2, 2, but about 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, 2, but you get 2, 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, but you get 200, but about 1, here, but about 1, here, but about 1, but you get 1, 50, somebody 5, here, but about 75, now 100, here, but about 1, here, but about 1, now quarter, here, 1 quarter, now half, here, but about 150, and now 75, 1, somebody 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, but you get 200, here, but about 2, gotta be 2, 200, here, but about 2, and somebody 5, here, but about 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, and somebody 5, here, but about 2, and 1, somebody 5, here, but about 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, 2, but about 2, but you get 2, but you get 2, sold at over 175, put them on 2087, 2087. 70, 85 heifer, 70, 85 on the heifer. Right here, but about 11, we get 1100, we get 1,000, but about 1,000, we get 1,000, we get but about 1,000, we get 1,000, quarter, but about 10, we get 10 a quarter, 10, 25, 50, but about 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 10, 50, and now 75 here, but about 10, 75 here, but about 10, 75, 11 here, now quarter, 11, 25, 11, 25, 25, 50, but about 50, we get 50, we get 50, 75, 11, 75, and now 12 here, but about 12, here, but about 12, now quarter, we get 12 and a quarter, 12, but about 12 and a quarter, 12 now quarter, but about 12 and a quarter, but you get 12 and a quarter, 12, you get 12 and a quarter, 12.25, sold at over 1,261, 81, 71, 28, bull calf, 71, 28 on the bull calf. Right there, 1,100 here, but 11, and now quarter, 11 here, but about 25, 11, 25, 11, 25 here, but about 25 here, but 11, 25, 1,100 here, but 25, 50, 11, 10, 20, 11, 20, 20, 30, but about 30, but 30, but 30, but 30, 11, 30, 11, 30, sold at over 11, 20, 40 on 1. 70, 81. Bull calf, 7081 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 7. 7, we get 7, we get 7, we get 7, we get 6. Here, we get 6. Here, we get 7, we get 5. Here, but about 5. At 500, here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, we get 5. 4, but about 4. We get 400 now, quarter. Here, 4, we get 4 and a quarter. We get 4 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 4 and a half. Somebody about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5, 5 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 5.50. And now somebody 5 down 6. Now quarter, 6 and a quarter, half. Somebody 5, 6 and a 5 down 7 and now quarter. 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, half. Somebody 5. Here, but about 7 and 5. Here now quarter, 8 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 50. At 8.50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 8, 50, we get 8, 50, we get 8, 50, 8.50. Sold at over 8 and a quarter, 20, 87, 2087, 70, 86, 70, 86, bull calf. Here we go. Right hand, this one here, but about 6. Here we get 60, we get 60, we get 60, we get 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5 here. Now quarter. Here, $500, we get 5 and a quarter. 5 here, but about 5 and a quarter. We get 5 here, we get 5, we get 5 and a quarter. Half, 5 and a half. Somebody 5, 5. Somebody about 6. Here, we get 6 here and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, half. 6 and a half. Somebody 6 and a half, 6 and a half. Here, but about 6 and a half. Somebody 5 here, but about 6, somebody 5. Now 7. And somebody we get 7, we get 7 now quarter, 7 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 7 and a half. 7 and a half here, we get 7 and a half. And 7 and a half here, but about 7 and a half here, we get 7 and a half here, but about 7 and a half here, we get 7 and a half. 7 and a half. Sold at over 7 and a quarter. 2087, 2087. 7084, bull calf, 7084 on the bull calf. Yeah, right here. Here we go on this one. Right here, but about 7. 7, we get 7, we get 7, we get 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, we get 5 quarter. But about 5. Here, but about 5 and a quarter. Here, 500 now quarter and a half. Here, but about 550. Somebody 5. 5. Somebody about 6. Here, we get 6 here and a quarter and a half. Here, but about 650. Somebody 5 now 7. 7 now quarter. 7 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 7 and a half. 7 and a half here now. 7 and 5 here now 8. We get 8. We get 8 now quarter. At 8. We get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. We get 8 and a quarter. 8 here now quarter. We get 8 and a quarter. At 8 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 850. Somebody 5 here. We get 8. Somebody 5 9. We get 9. We get 9. We get 9. We get 9 now quarter. At 9 and a quarter, half. What about 950? 950, we get 50, we get 50, we get 950, we get 950, we get 950, we get 950, 950. Sold at over 925, 2087, 2087. Yeah, 71.33, bull calf, 71.33 on the bull calf. And what about 1100? Now quarter, 11, we get 11 a quarter, we get 11.25, 11.25, 11.25, 50, 50, 75, 11.75, here, 11.75, 11.75, 60, 70, 70, 70, we get 70, 11.70, we get 70, we get 70, 11.60, we get 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 70. Sold at over 11.60, 10.31. 71.53. Heifer, 71.53 on a heifer. Right there, but about 4. We get 4, we get 4, we get 4, we get 3. 3, 3, but about 3. We get 3, we get 3, we get 3, we get 3, we get 2. 2, but about 2, we get 200, we get 2. 2, 2, but about 2, we get 2, we get 200, but about 1. Quarter, 1 quarter, we get 1 a quarter. Now half, but about 150. Somebody 5, 1, somebody 5, 2, we get 2, we get 2, we get 2. Quarter, but about 2 and a quarter. 2, 2 and a quarter, we get 2 and a quarter. 2, but about 2 and a quarter, we get 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter, we get 2 and a quarter. 200 up here, gonna be 2 and a quarter. 2, we get 2 and a quarter, we get 2 and a quarter, we get 225, 225. Sold of over 200. What is it, 28.89? 71.96 bull calf, 71.96 on the bull calf. 800 here, we give 8. At 800, we give 8. We give 8, we give 800, we give 8. We give 8, we give 8, we give 8, we give 8, we give 8 here, but about 8. At 8 here, we give 8, we give 8, 7, 7, we give 7, we give 7, we give 6. Here, we give 6, here, we give 6. And now quarter, 6 here, but about 6 and a quarter. 6 here, we get 6 and a quarter, we get 6 and a quarter. 6 and a quarter here, but about 6 and a quarter, half. 6 and a half, 7 and a half here, we get 6 and a half. Now 7, 7, we get 7, we get 7 now quarter. 7 and a quarter, we get 7 and a quarter. At 7, 7, we get 7 and a quarter. 7, we get 7, we get 7 and a quarter, we get 725. 725. Sold at over 700. 90, 100. 71.81 bull calf, 71.81 on the bull calf here. Right here, 1100. We get 11, 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 we get 1,000. $1,000 now quarter, half. Here, what about 1050? We get 1050, we get 50, we get 50, we get 1050. 1050, 75, 1075. Got to be 1075 now. 11 and now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11, 10, 20, 11, 20, 30, 30. What about 30? 30, we get 30, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40. 1140, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40. 1140. Sold at over 1130, 1031. 71.97 bull calf. Here, what about 11? We get 1100. We get 11. We get 11. We get 11. We get 1,000. $1,000 now quarter, half. Here, what about 1050? Somebody 5 now 11. 1100 now quarter. 11 quarter. 11 quarter. About 25. 1125. 1100 now 25. Here, what about 1125? 1125. Here, what about 1125? 1125. Sold at over 1110. 31. 71.95 bull calf. 71.95 on the bull calf. Right there. Bottom on 8. Big 800. Big 8. Big 8. Big 8 here. Big 8. Big 8 6. Here. Bottom on 60. Big 6 now quarter. 60. Big 6 and quarter half. Here. Bottom on 650. 75 here. Big 6 75 now 77. Big 7 now quarter. 7 quarter half. Here. Bottom on 750. 75 here. Big 7 75 8. Big 8. Big 8 here. Big 8. At 8 here now quarter. 8 quarter half. Here. Bottom on 50. 75 now 9. Big 9. Big 9. Big 9 now quarter. And now half. Here. Bottom on 950. And now 75. 975 here. Big 1,000. Bottom on $1 now quarter. Bottom 10 quarter half. What about 10 50 75 10 75 here now 11 1100 everybody 11 and now quarter 1125 1125 11 here everybody 1125 what about 1125 sold it over 1110 31 71.99 bull calf. 71.99 on the bull calf. But about 11 1100 everybody 11 everybody 11 everybody 11 everybody 1100 everybody 11 everybody 1,000 what about $10 now quarter to half. What about 50 75 now 11 1100 everybody 11 11 everybody 11 everybody 11 10 75 everybody 11 11 and now quarter 11 25 10 11 10 10 10 10 but about 10 11 10 and now 20 everybody get 20 everybody get 20 everybody get 20 11 20 now 30 but about 30 everybody get 30 everybody get 30 everybody get 30 sold at 11 20 10 31 Yeah, 71.87. 71.87 bull calf. He put him at 6. He would get 7. He would get 7. He would get 5. He 5. He put him on 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 5. 5. Now quarter. 5. He put him on 5 and a quarter. He $500 now quarter. He would get 5. He put him on 5 and a quarter half. He 550. Somebody 5. He put him on 5. Somebody 5 6. He would get 6 here and a quarter. Now half. He put him on 650. Somebody 5 here now 7. And now quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. He would get 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. He would get 7 and a quarter. 7 7 and a quarter. He would get 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter half. He put him on 7 and a half. 7 and a half. He would get 7 and a half. 7 and a half here. He would get 7 75. And now 8, but give 8, but give 8, 775, people on 8, 775, people on 8, but give 8, but give 8, soda pepper, 775, 2889. 71.94, 71.94, bull calf. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,900. At 9, here, everybody get 9. Here, everybody get 9. 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 Now quarter. At 9, everybody get 9 a quarter. 9 a quarter. 925. People about 925. 50. At 950. Somebody 5. 9 somebody 5. Everybody get 10 now quarter. But about 10 a quarter. Half. What about 10 50. Somebody 5. Here. But about 10. Somebody 5. 11. $1,100 now quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter. 10 20. 11 20. 11 10 20. But about 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Sold at every 11 10 10 31. Yeah, 71.02, 71.02 on the bull cap. Right there, but about 6. He would get 6, but about 6. Now quarter, but about 6. He would get 6 and a quarter, but get 6 and a quarter. That's $600 now quarter, but about 6 and a quarter. 60, he would get 6 and a quarter, half, but about 650. Somebody 5, 6, somebody 5, now 7. That's 7, but get 7 now quarter, 7 and a quarter, but get 7 and a quarter. 7, 7 and a quarter, but get 7 and a quarter. That's 7, 7 and a quarter, but get 7 and a quarter, half, but about 7, 7, 5, 8, but get 8, but get 8, now quarter, now half, but about 850. At 850, but get 50, but get 50, but get 850. At 850, but get 50, but get 50, 825, but about 50. Sold it over 825. Put them on 61, 81 on 2. 7,200. Bull calf. 7,200 on the bull calf. Right there. But about 1,000. Everybody get down. But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. 1,000. Everybody get down. But about 1,000 now quarter. But about 10 quarter half. But about 10 50. 75. 10 75. 11. 1100. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. 10 75. Everybody get 11. 11 and now quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 10. 11 10 10 10 20. But about 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. 30. But about 30. Everybody get 30. Everybody get 30. Everybody get 30. Sold at 11 20. 10 31. 71.01. 71.01 on the bull calf. Right there, but about 7. Everybody gets 7. Everybody gets 700. Everybody gets 7. Everybody gets 7. Everybody gets 7. Everybody gets 7. 7 and now quarter half. What about 7 9? 75. Everybody gets 7. 75 8. At 8 here and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter half. What about 50? 75 now 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. And now quarter. 9 and a quarter. 9 and a quarter. 9. Everybody get 9 and a quarter. 9 here. Everybody get 9 and a quarter. Everybody get 9 and a quarter. 925. Sold up over 900. Put them on 61 81 on 2. 71. 71.05. 71.05. You said bull calf. On the bull calf here. I tell you, but I'm on 8. But give 800. But give 8. But give 8. But give 8. But give 800. But give 8. But give 8. But give 8. 7. That's 7. 7. But give 7. 7. But give 7. But give 7. But give 7. But give 5. Here. Put them on 5. Here. Put them on 5. Here. 5. Here. Put them on 5. Here. Put them on 5. Here. Put them on 5. Here. But give 5. Here. Put them on 5. Here. Put them on 5. 3. 3. Put them on 3. But give 3. But give 300. Here. Put them on 3. 3. 3. 3. Quarter. Put them on 3 and a quarter. Half. Here. Put them on 3. 50. 3. 50. Put them on 50. Somebody 5. Here. Put them on 3. Somebody 5. 4. But give 4 now. Quarter and a half. 4 and a half. Here. Put them on 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. Here. Now 75. 4. Somebody 5, 5, you put them on 5, now everybody get 5 now, quarter, everybody get 5 here, and 5 and a quarter half, hit 5.50, somebody 5, somebody 5, everybody get 5, somebody 5, 5.50, everybody get 5, somebody 5 now 6, that's 16, you put them on 6, 5, somebody 5, you put them on 6, 5, somebody 5, you put them on 6, everybody get 6, everybody get 6, everybody get 6, sold it over 5, 75, 40, 5.50. 7104, 7104, bull calf. Right here, put them on 5, here, put them on 5, here, put them on 5, here, everybody get 5, here, everybody get 5. Hit 5, here, put them on 5, here, put them on 5, here, everybody get 5, here, put them on 5, 3, 3, put them on 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, quarter, 3, 3 and a quarter, half, here, put them on 3, 50, somebody 5, 4, everybody get 4, everybody get 4, now quarter, 4 and a quarter, now half, 4 and a half, somebody 5 here, put them on 4, somebody 5, and now 5, 5 here, now quarter, half, half, here, put them on 5, 50, somebody 5, and 5, somebody 6, everybody get 6 and now quarter, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, half, here, put them on 6 and a half, and 6 and a half, here, put them on 6 and a half, 6 and a half, now somebody 5, 6, somebody 5, here, put them on 6, somebody 5, and now 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, and now quarter, 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter, and 7, 7 and a quarter, you want in, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, half, here, put them on 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, sold it over 7 and a quarter, 45, 50. 7191, 7191 bull calf. On the bull calf, man. Here, I tell you, put them on 5, here, put them on 5, here, put them on 5, here, put them on 5, everybody get 5, everybody get 5, 3, 3, put them on 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, 2, 2, 2, put them on 2, everybody get 200, put them on 2, 2, 2, put them on 2, everybody get 2, everybody get 2, everybody get 2, quarter, put them on 2, everybody get 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, half, here, put them on 250, 250, put them on 50, everybody get 2, put them on 250, 75, here, put them on 2, somebody on 3, put them on 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, and now quarter, 3 and a quarter, half, here, put them on 350, 350, 50, put them on 50, somebody 5, here, put them on 3, somebody 4, everybody get 4, everybody get 4, everybody get 4, everybody get 4, and now quarter, 4 and a quarter, half, here, put them on 450, and 450, you put them on 50, everybody get 450, somebody 5, now 5, you put them on 5, you put them on 5, hit 500 now quarter, everybody get 5, you put them on 5 and a quarter, half, you put them on 550, somebody 5, now 6, now quarter, that's 6 and a quarter, put them on 6 and a quarter, 60, everybody get 6 and a quarter, that's $600 now quarter, everybody get 60, everybody get 6 and a quarter, everybody get 6 and a quarter, everybody get 6 and a quarter, 625, sold it over 600, 1768. 7083 heifer, 7083 on a heifer. At the end, on 11, everybody get 10, but about 1,000. And now quarter, but about 10, everybody get 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, 10, 10 and a quarter, everybody get 10 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 50, somebody 5 here, now 11, 1100, everybody 11, everybody 11, and now quarter, 11 and a quarter, everybody 11 and a quarter, half. 1150, but about 50, somebody 5, 1175, 1175, 1150, now somebody 5, somebody 5 here, but about 1175, 1150, everybody get somebody 5 here, everybody 1175, sold it over 1150, 61, 81. 7193 bull calf. 7193 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 6. Here we get 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 5. 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 3. 3. But about 300 now quarter. 3. 3 and a quarter half. Here we get about 350. Somebody 5 now 4. We get 4. 4 and a quarter half. Here we get about 4 now. Somebody 5 now 5. Here we get about 5. 5 and a quarter. And 5 and a quarter. Did you say 5 and a quarter? 5 and a quarter half. 5 and a half. Somebody 5 now 6. And 6 here. We get 6 and now quarter. 6 and a quarter. But about 6 and a quarter half. Here we get about 650. And 650. But about 50. We get 650. And 625. Here we get about 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. Somebody 5. 675 now 7, and now quarter, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, half. You want to 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half. Sold it over 7 and a quarter, 45, 50. Yeah, 7152 heifer, 7152 on a heifer here, 800. Everybody get paid, everybody get paid, everybody get paid, here, everybody get paid. At 8, everybody get paid, everybody get paid. 7, 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7 on now quarter, 7, 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter. 7, 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter. 7, everybody get 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter. 7, 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7, everybody get 7 and a quarter, half. 7 and a half, 75 here now, wait, everybody get 800 now quarter, 8 and a quarter, half. Now 75 now 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9 and a quarter and a half. We put them on 50, 75, 9, 75, and 9, 75, everybody get 9, 75. Sold it over 950, 40 on 5. 7192 bull calf here, but about 1,000. Everybody get 10, but about 10, everybody get 1,000. And now quarter, but about 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 10, a quarter half, but about 1050. And now 75 here, but about 10, 75, 10, 75, everybody get 10, 75, 10, 75, now 11, 1100, everybody 11, everybody 11, 10, 75, everybody 11, you want in, everybody 11, 10, so 11, and now quarter, 11, quarter half, here, what about 50, 1150, 1150, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, sold at over 1125. Put them on 50, 61, 81 on 2, 61, 81 on 2, 75, 68. Bull calf, 75.68 on the bull calf here. 1100. Everybody 11 now. Quarter. 11. Everybody 11 quarter half. Everybody on 50. 75. 11. 75. 11. 60. 70. 70. Everybody get 70. 11. Everybody get 70. Everybody get 70. Everybody get 70. Everybody get 70. 11. 70. 11. 70. Everybody get 70. Everybody get 70. Everybody get 11. 70. Everybody 11. 70. Sold at over 11. 60. 10. 31. 7304. Heifer, 7304 on the heifer. Right there, but about 12. You better get 1200. You say 12 now. Quarter, now half. You're about 50, 75, 12, 75, 13. 13, 13, but about 13. 12, 75, you're about 13. 12, 75, you're about 13. You better get 13. Sold at over 12, 75, 60, 181. 75.69 bull calf, 75.69 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Turn them around there, but about 1,000. $1,000 now, quarter, but about 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, but about quarter, half, but about 10, 50. 10, 50, but about 50. Everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 10, 50, 10, 50, 10, 50. 10, 25, but about 50. Everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 10, 50. Sold at over 10, 25, 10, 31. 72.96. You said bull calf, 72.96 bull calf here, 1,100. 11, everybody get 11, 1,100, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get about 1,000. 1,000, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 1,000. Quarter, but about 10, everybody get 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, half. You want about 50, somebody 5 here, everybody get 10, somebody 5, 11. $1,100 now, quarter, 11 a quarter, everybody get 11.25, 11.25, 11.25. You want about 11.25, 25. You want about 11.25. Sold it over 1,100, 58. 61.81 on 2. 61.81 on 2. 72.60. 72.60 bull calf. But about 3. 3. But about 3. But get 3. 3. 3. But about 3. 3. 3. But about 3. But get 3. But get 3. 2. 2. But about 100 now. Quarter. And 1. But about 1 a quarter. 1 a quarter. 1 a quarter. 125. 125. Here. But about 125. And 125. Here. But about 125. Here. But about 125. 1 here. But about 125. And 1 here. But about 125. Here. But about 125. 100 up here. Now 25. 125. Here. But about 125. 125. Sold it over 100. 90, 100. Internet, you're too late. Sold on the floor. 90, 100. $7,300 bull calf. 7,300 on the bull calf. And right here, about 9. Here, we get 900. Everybody get 9. 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. 8. Everybody get 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 8 here now. Quarter. 8 here. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 here. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. You want in half. What about 50? Somebody 5. 8. Somebody 5 now. 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 now. Quarter. Now half. What about 950? Now 75. 9. Somebody 5 here. Everybody get 1,000. What about 1,000? Everybody get 10. What about 1,000? Now quarter. 10. 10 a quarter. Now half. What about 1050? 1050. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 1050. 1025. What about 50? Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. 10, 25, about 50, 10, 50, sold it over 10, 25, 10, 31, 70, 72, 93. Bull calf, 72.93 on the bull calf. But about 1,000. Everybody get down. But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. 1,000. Quarter. Half. And what about 10? 50. Somebody 5 here now. 11 here now. Quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter. 10. 20. 11. 20. 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. 11. 10. 20. 11. 10. 10. But about 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Sold it over 11. 10. 10. 31. Yeah. 72.59. Bull calf. 72.59 on the bull calf here. Right there, but about 1,000. But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get $1,000 now. Quarter. But everybody get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. Half. What about 10? 50. Somebody 5 here. Everybody get 10. 75. 11. And now quarter. 11. 25. 50. 50. 75. 11. 75. 12. And now quarter. But about 12 and a quarter. Everybody get 12 and a quarter. But about quarter. Half. And what about 12? 50. 75. 12. 75. And now 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. Did you say 13? 12. Somebody 5 here. What about 13? 12. Somebody 5 here. What about 13? Everybody get 13. Everybody get 13. Sold at over 12.75, but on 58.61. 7140 bull calf, 7140 on the bull calf. Right here, but I'm on 8, but give 800, but give 8. 8 here, but I'm on 8, but give 8, but give 8, but give 8, but give 8, 7, 7, but give 7, but give 7, but give 700, but I'm on 7, but give 7, 7 and a quarter. That's 7, 7 and a quarter, but I'm on 7 and a quarter, but give 7, 7 and a quarter, but give 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, but give 7 and a quarter. That's 7, but give 7 and a quarter, 7, 7 and a quarter, but give 7 and a quarter, 7, 7 and a quarter, half here, but I'm on 750, 75. That's 7, 75 here, but I'm on 7, 75, 7, 75 here, but I'm on 7, 75. And 750, but give 7, 75 here, but I'm on 7, 75, 7, 75, 750 a pair, 7, 75, 7, 75 here, now 8, but give 8, but give 800. That's 7, 75 here, but I'm on 8, but give 8 now quarter, but I'm on 8 here, but give 8 and a quarter, half, but I'm on 50, 75 here, but give 8, 75, 9, but give 9, but give 9, but give 9 now quarter, and 9 and a quarter, half here, but I'm on 950, 75 here, but give 9, 75 here, but give 1,000. I thought about 1,000, 975 here, but about 1,000, 975 here, but about 1,000, but give 1,000. Sold at number 975, 60, 181, 71, 37. Bull calf, 71.37 on the bull calf. Retain, but about 9 here, but get 9 here, but get 900 here, but get 9. Here we go on the bull calf. Here, right here, but about 1,000. Here, but get 1,000, but get 1,000, but get 800. Here, but get 8, but get 8 now quarter. 8 here, but get 8 and a quarter, but get 8 and a quarter. 8 here, but get 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 50, 75, 8, 75, 9, but get 9, but get 9 now quarter, now half. Here, but about 50, 950, 75, 9, 75. Here, but get 1,000. 1,000, but about 1,000, but get 1,000. Here, but get 1,000, but about 1,000. You want in 1,000 quarter. 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 1050. 1050, 75, 10, 75 here, now 11. 10, 75 here, but get 11, but get 11, but get 11, now 25, 11, 25. 50, 11, 50, but get 50, 75 here, 11, 75, 12, you put 12 here, but get 12, now quarter, but about quarter, half, 12, 50, but get 50, but get 50, but get 50, 12, 25, but about 50, but get 50, but get 50, but get 50, sold at over 12, 25, 6181, 6181. Yes, 71.42 bull calf, 71.42 on the bull calf here. I think about 1,000. I think about 1,000. Anybody get down? But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000 quarter. But about 10 quarter half. Quarter about 10, 50, 75 here. Now 11 now quarter half. 11.50, 75 here. 11.75, 11.75, 11.75 here. But 11.75 sold it over 11.50, 40 on one. Yeah, 71.41 bull calf, 71.41 on the bull calf. Everything but about 1,000. Anybody get down? But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Anybody get down? But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody give 8 here. At 8 here, now quarter. But about 8. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. At 8. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. Half. And what about 50? Everybody get 50. Somebody 5 now 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 and a quarter. Now half. What about 50? Somebody 5 now 1,000 quarter. Half. What about 10.50? 10.50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 10. What about 10.50? 10.25. What about 10.50? 10.25. What about 50? Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Sold it over 10.25. 6181, 6181. 70.82 bull calf. Right here, but about 6. Here, but get 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 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. 3, but about 3 quarter. 300 now quarter, but about 3 and a quarter. 300 now quarter and a half. Here, but about 350, 75 internet. Here, but about 375. 350, 75. 4, but get 4 now quarter now half. Here, but about 450, 75 to 5. Here, but about 5, 5 and a quarter half. And now 75 down 6. Now quarter, 6 and a quarter half. Here, but about 650, 75 here now 7. That's only get 7. 6.5. Here, but about 7. 6.5 here, but get 7. But get 7. But get 7. 6.5 here, but about 7. That's 7 and now quarter. 7 and a quarter. But get 7 and a quarter. That's 7. 7 and a quarter. But get 7. But get 7. But get 7 and a quarter. But get 7 and a quarter. Sold at number 700. 2087. 2087. Yeah, 71.90. 71.90 bull calf. But about 8. But give 800. But give 8. But give 8. But give 8. At 8 here. But give 8. But give 8. But give 8 here. But give 800 now quarter. At 8 here. But give 8 and a quarter half. Here. But about 50. 75 down 9. But get down. But get 9 and a quarter. 9 and a quarter. 9 and a quarter half. Here. But about 50. 75 9. 75 here. But get 1,000. 1,000. But about 1,000 now quarter. But about quarter half. What about 10.50? At 10.50. But again. But about 10.50. 1 in. But get 10.50. But get 10.50. But get 10.50. Sold at over 10.25. 61.81 on 2. Yeah, 72.99 bull calf. 72.99 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about $1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Quarter, but about here, everybody get 10 a quarter. Half, what about 10, 50, 75, 11. Now 25, 11, 25, 11, 25. What about 25? Everybody get 11, 25. 1100, everybody get 11, 25. Sold it over 1100. 61.81 on 2. 72.98 heifer, 72.98 on the heifer here, 1100 now quarter, 11 and a quarter half, here bottom on 50, 1150 75 here now 12, here bottom on 12, 12 and a quarter half, here bottom on 50 75 now 13, 13, 13, 12 75, here bottom on 13, we get 13, 12 75, here bottom on 13, sold at over 12 75, 60, 181. 7303 heifer, 7303 on the heifer. Right here, what about 5? Here, what about 500? Here, what about 5? Here, what about 5? 500 here now quarter. Did you say 500 now quarter and a half? Here, what about 550? Somebody about 6. And now quarter half. Here, what about 650? Somebody about now 7. Somebody now quarter and a half. Somebody about 8. What do you get? Now quarter and a half. Somebody 5 9. And now quarter 9 and a quarter half. Somebody 5 9. Somebody about 8. What do you get? 1,000. Now quarter and now half. Somebody 5 10. What about 10? Somebody about 11. And now quarter now half. Here, what about 50? Somebody 5. Now 12. At 12. Here, what about 12? And now quarter. What about 12 and a quarter half? Here, what about 12 50? 1250, what do you get 50, what do you get 50, what do you get 50, what do you get 1250? Sold at over 1225, 6181, 7138. Bull calf, 7138 on the bull calf. Right here, about 9. Here, what do you get 9? 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 7. So, what do you get 7? What do you get 700? 7, 7, what do you get 7? 7, what do you get 7? What do you get 7? What do you get 7? What do you get 5? Here, what about 5? Here, what about 5? Here, 500 now, quarter half. Here, what about 550? At 550, somebody 5 internet out. Price, somebody about 6. Now, quarter, 6 and a quarter now, half. Here, what about 6 and a half? Somebody 5 now, 7. And now, quarter, 7 and a quarter half. Half. Here, what about 7 9? Somebody 5 here. Now, 8. What do you give 8? What do you give 8? Now, quarter. At 8 quarter half. Here, what about 850? Somebody 5 8. Somebody about 9. What do you get 9? What do you get 9? Quarter, 9 and a quarter half. Here, what about 50? Somebody 5. At 9. Somebody 5 here. Everybody get 1,000 now quarter, but about 10 a quarter, 1,000, everybody get 10 a quarter, 10, but about 10, everybody get 10 a quarter, everybody get 10, 25, sold at every 1,000, 6181, 6181. 7301, 7301, bull calf, 7301 on the bull calf. Right there, but about 12. 12 here now, quarter, but about 12. Everybody get 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter, half. Here, what about 12, 50, 75. Now 13, 13, 13, a quarter, 13, a quarter, half. Here, what about 50, 13, 30, 40, 40. Everybody get 40, 50. 13, 50. But about 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50. 13, 50. Now 60. 13, 60, 60. But about 60, everybody get 60, everybody get 60. Sold at every 13, 50, 50, 51, 58, 61. 7364 bull calf, 7364 right there on the bull calf here, right there. Everybody get 11, everybody get 1100 now quarter, 11, everybody get 11 a quarter, everybody get 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, everybody get 11 a quarter, half. Here, what about 50, 1150, 1150, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, sold right there, 1125, 1031. 7324 heifer, 7324 on the heifer right there. Here, about 1,000. Everybody get down about 1,000. Down about 1,000 and a quarter, half. Here, about 1050. Somebody 5 there, 10, somebody 11 and now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 1125. Here, about 25, 1125, 25, 50, 1150. Everybody get 50, everybody get 50. Somebody 5, 1175, 1175, 1150. Everybody get 75 here, about 1175, 75 here, everybody get 1175. Sold it every 1150, 6181. Yeah, 7330. 7330 bull calf, 7330 on the bull calf here. 1100, everybody 11, everybody 11. 1100, everybody 11 and now quarter. 1125, you have 1125, 1125. 1100 now 25, 1125, you have 1125. Sold it every 1100, 40 on 1. 7366 bull calf, 7366 on the bull calf here. Right here, 1100. Everybody 11, everybody 1100, everybody 11, everybody 1,000. 1,000 here. Everybody get 1,000 now quarter. Everybody 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 10 a quarter. 1025, 1025. Here, about 25, 50. About 1050. Somebody 5 here. About 10, somebody 5 now 11. 10, somebody 5 here. Everybody 11. 10, somebody 5 here. Everybody 11. 10, somebody 5 here. Everybody 11. Everybody 11. Everybody 11. I'm right there. 10, somebody 5 here. Everybody 11. 10, somebody 5 here. Everybody 11. Sold it every 10, somebody 5, 5861. 7353 bull calf, 7353 on the bull calf, 1100. Everybody 11 now quarter, 11, everybody 11 a quarter, 1125, 50, somebody 5, 1175, 1175, got to be 1175, 75 here, everybody get 75, sold it every 1150, 40 on 1. 7325, 7325 bull calf here, right there. Watch out, Levi. Here we go, right there on this one here, right there. But about anybody get 1,000, everybody get down, but about 1,000, about 1,000 quarter, but about everybody get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, 10, but about 10 a quarter, everybody get 1025, 1025, you're about 1025,000, about 1025, 1025, you're about 1025, 1025, sold it every 1,000. 60, 181. 72.57, 72.57, bull calf, but about 1,000, everybody get that, but about 1,000, everybody get 1,000, up there, but about 1,000, everybody get 1,000, but about 700, everybody get 7, 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 everybody get 5, people about 5, quarter, 5, people about 5 and a quarter, 5 and a quarter, half, somebody 5, now 6, now quarter, half, people about 6 and a half, somebody 5, now 7, that's on, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, now quarter, 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter, now half, people about 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, that's 7 and a half, people about 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody get 7, 7 and a half, that's 7, 7 and a half, everybody get 7, 7 and a half, 7, 7 and a half, everybody get 7, 7 and a half, sold at every 7 and a half, 45.50. 73.02 bull calf, about 1,000, everybody get about 1,000, everybody get 1,000, now quarter, everybody get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, about 10, 25, at 10, 25, about 10, 25, 10, 25, about 10, 25, 50, about 50, 75, 10, 75, at 10, 75, here, everybody get 11, 11, now quarter, 11 a quarter, everybody 11, 25, 11, 25, here, about 11, 25, sold at every 1,100, 61, 81 on 2, 61, 81 on 2. It's 72.97 bull calf, 72.97 on the bull calf, and right here, about 12, people about 1,200, everybody get 12, 11, 11, here, everybody 11, everybody 11, everybody 1,100, now quarter, 11, 25, 50, 50, 50, now 75, 11, 7 about 12, people about 12, 12 and a quarter, half, and now 75, 12, 75, she say 75, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, half, people about 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 13 a quarter, half, people about 13 and a half, everybody get 13 and a half, sold at every 13 a quarter, 58.61. 73.33 bull calf, 73.33 on the bull calf, 1,100, 11, 11, now quarter, 11.25, 11.25, 50, 11.50, 50, 30, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 11, 40, 11, 40, 11.30 here, what about 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, sold at every 11.30, 10, 31. 75.46 bull calf, 75.46 on the bull calf, 2, T, but about 2, but get 2, but get 200, but about 200, have 1, here, but a bit 1, here, but a bit 1, but come on, but come on, but come on, 50, and $50, but about 50, but get $50, but get 50, but get 50, but get 50 here, now 75, 75, here, but about 75, $75, but about 75, and $50 now 75, 75, here, but about 75, $50 now 75, and $50 now 75, internet 75, now 100 here, but a bit 1, now quarter internet, you're not in, gonna be 100 a quarter, and 1 here, but a bit 1 a quarter, 1 here, but a bit 1 a quarter, but get 1 a quarter, enter. But about 1 a quarter, floors on, here, but a bit 1 a quarter, and 1 here, but a bit 1 a quarter, 1 here, but a bit 1 a quarter, sold at over 145.50. It's 73.27. Here we go, right there, but about 1,000, everybody get that, but about 1,000, everybody get that, but about 800, everybody get A, everybody get B, 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 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7 on now quarter, 7, 7 and a quarter, but about 7, 7 and a quarter, half, what about 7, 9, 7, 5 here, now 8, everybody get B here, now quarter, 8, a quarter, half, what about 50, 75, at 8, 75, 9, everybody get 9, now quarter, now half, what about 50, 75, 9, 75, everybody get 1,000, quarter, half, what about 10, 50, 75, 11, everybody get 1,100 now quarter, 11 a quarter, everybody get 11 a quarter, half, what about 50, 75, and now 12, here, but about 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, here, but about 12, quarter, at 12 and a quarter, everybody get 12, everybody get 12 and a quarter, sold at over 1,200.